What's up, everybody? Bev here. Um, Going to talk a little bit of our counter game that I've ran throughout my career, um, and some different ways that we run it, different concepts for our offensive line. Um, First things first, uh, this play is going to hit on the strong side, which for us means that right here, where this tight end is, that's where that play is trying to hit to the strong side. So when we run counter to the strong side, our rules for our front side guys are always gap down backer. Okay. So the first rule for you is your inside gap. Well, this guy has a player that is head up to outside on a player inside of him. All right. That guy's probably his gap player, but he's not officially in his gap. So he's going to be blocking down because his next role is down. So he's going to come down on this play side defensive end. Play side tackle, he's in a similar situation. He doesn't have anybody immediately in his inside gap. So his first rule is gap, nothing's there. Down, this guy's actually on the inside shoulder of the play side guard. So that's not down for him either. So he's going to go ahead and run to his linebacker. And we tell him when he runs that linebacker that if the play side linebacker flows over the top, don't chase him. Don't chase him because we have a backside guard who's going to pull and wrap for that guy. Center's role anytime somebody pulls is always going to be the block back. Okay, so he's going to block back. He's filling for whoever is it would be over this backside guard. All right, backside guard's role is going to be to pull and kick the in man line of scrimmage. But what you're going to see here in a minute is the in man line of scrimmage is going to get logged with a down block. So technically, he's pulling. His eyes should wrap and look at this guy pre-snap because he has to look at who he's running to. So as he goes, this guy's going to disappear. This guy's going to flow over the top. This guy's going to overplay it outside. If he overplays it outside, again, we're not chasing him. So it's going to turn into a log with our backside guard and our backside tackle. Okay, running back, we're in the pistol here. He's going to take steps like he's running inside zone to the front side and bend back out the back door, out to the strong side and run the play. So let's see what it looks like here. Again, there we go. That first snap off the ball, you can see this tight end, he's just going to wall him. Guys, we don't have to be devastating here. We don't have to be devastating. We just have to get our body between him and the path of the defensive player who he's trying to get to. You see my tackle step down. He's inside. We turn this into a combo, and he's going to come off of this combo in a second. You're going to see the play side linebacker work to the front side of the play. And when he does, we bypass him and we turn our attention to the backside guy. This guy, I said originally came outside. He bails. He plays backside. I guess that's the corner. We had trips closed, so that's the corner. Usually, this guy doesn't want to get in the mixed run game, so we're not going to worry about him in our run blocking schemes. But you see that backside guard, he's playing. He's kept his track tight to the line of scrimmage. And we're up here and we're working to this play side linebacker who's now flowed over the top of the play and getting ready to get caught as that thing gets washed up. Running back is a little bit wide for our liking on the play. Then he gets vertical, okay, and works himself in. And now we've got a pretty good play. We're cooking with gas as we get to that thing. All right, let's look at it again one more time at full speed. Get your down blocks on the front side. Guards pulling tight, wraps, finds work. Running back gets back inside. The biggest key for us as we do this, when we tell our running backs when we're running counter, is that running back cannot run outside of the trap block. He is then in no man's land. Now we've got counter GT back to the weak side. Okay, so we don't have a tight end in this formation. Tight end is out in the trips. All right, and so now our same rules are our same rules. This guy's rule is going to be GDB, gap down backer. This guy's rule is going to be GDB, gap down backer. This guy's rule is going to be fill for the backside. This guy's going to pull kick, and you'll see when we pull kick here, we want to if we're pulling right, we want to attack with our right shoulder because this is our trap man. Here's our end man line of scrimmage. Okay, here's our backer that the backside tackle is going to be working to. All right, we're running this with the running back to the same side that we're running the ball, excuse me, to the front side of where we're running the ball from. So you're going to see him counter step on his first step, then work back to the inside. Okay, so he's going to take an open step and allow that time for all this stuff to clear. Now, ideally, this first step is going to gain a bunch of ground in the direction he's going. So his left foot should be stepping down hard into his left. He shouldn't worry about anything that doesn't flash in front of his face right now. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, there's as we get to the start of this. Now you can see this play side guard has got his eyes turned his attention to the front side backer, which we really don't want to do. We really like to see this guy attacking this backside linebacker as he works through. But if the backside linebacker's path is this tight, okay, and he's not playing a scrape over the top. If the backside linebacker's path is that tight, he's never getting to the play anyway. Because I used to tell our backers when I coached when I was a defensive coordinator, don't get caught up in the trash, man. Well, he's going to get himself caught up in the trash right here. So we really don't need to be comboing this play side backer. I really like to see this combo turn to both guys' attention getting to here, but they are trying to play one over the top and one outside of that. So we're going to have three outside, but because of the track of the counter, this counter running back is going to get inside the trap block. All right, which you're about to see, he's going to get inside the trap block. That's going to make this play spring because this guy's going to overrun the play on the outside. Again, doesn't have to be a devastating trap here. Just has to get his right shoulder, okay, on this guy's inside shoulder and stick his head in the hole in order for that trap to be going. You can see the tackle's hands on his hip. His eyes are turned downfield, and we're gaining ground into the line of scrimmage as we go to wrap. He's going to pop out the front side here in a second. There he goes. He pops out the front side. Backside linebacker gets caught in the trash. Running back does exactly what we asked him to do, which is get inside. Let's get where we were again there. Running back does exactly what we asked him to do, which is get inside on that trap. Okay. You see the guards kicked out this near side, and now we're working vertically, and it becomes a beautiful play. All right. Let's look at that again at full speed. Down blocks on the front side, everything's walled. Tackle clears. Running back gets behind it. I like to see him jump cut off of that and put us in a better situation. All right. Now we're running GT. When I say GT, y'all, I'm talking about the guard and the tackle. So that's, if I'm saying GT or GH or GY, I'm talking about specifically what players are pulling on this. So this is GT to the weak side. We're in a tight end trip space set here. So the tight end's at the top of the screen. You have a tackle, a guard, a center, a guard, and a tackle. Running back is offset to the strength. He's going to counter step from the strong side. We're going to get, again, a great down block on the front side. That's our goal, is to get that great down block. This guy has somebody who's going to play outside of him, but we have two outside. This still becomes the ML line scrimmage. But if he crosses this tackle's face, we're telling that tackle to take that defensive end with him and just wash it. So he's going to check him real quick. But if he stays outside, he's playing outside. He's not worried about it. Okay. So that guy played outside. All right. The trap's coming inside out right here. All right. We're going to get backer flow over the top. We have a wrapper who's going to come and wrap to this play side linebacker. We have a kick man who's coming right here. This guy is not happening. Anything is happening for him unless he plays the fold. All right. Which might not happen because he looks like he's getting a little bit deeper on that fold as he's coming up. Okay. We see when that running back hits that counter tight, we get everything walled off. There's the tackle, play side tackle, and the play side guard wall, and the backside linebacker. The play side tackle or backside tackle, the wrap tackle has wrapped inside here on the play side linebacker. The kick, his head is in the hole and he's right shoulder on the inside half of the body. He's pulling right, kicking right. All right. And we're just walling everybody. It's not devastating. It doesn't have to be devastating in order to be successful in football. It just has to get the job done. Watch it again one more time at full speed. Wall gets washed. Running back gets vertical tight. We tell our running backs that he needs to be trailing the hip of the play side guard. Okay, that's where his attack point is, the hip front play side hip of the front side guard, and that we want him to choo-choo train the wrapper. Okay, which means that I want him to be like a train car on the back of that wrapper as he gets vertical. So we're going to choo-choo train the wrapper and get north and south right now. Okay, there he is. There's your vertical. He gets north and south inside. We're running it weak. The wall gets washed. that counter hits inside, and we can see, y'all, if the running back sets his play up for our offensive line, great. Because if the running back works outside here, he's going to work right into trash. And then we're going to hear people yelling in the stands, "Oh, line, block somebody, block somebody." Well, what's going to happen when they block somebody is when we set that block up for him. You can see where his eyes are. He's working downhill right now. And we get to that point, and he gets north and south right now. And that play hits really tight. Okay. Counter is not a wide play. Even though it's a C gap aiming point play, it's not a wide play. It can be a wide play, and I have some shots of it. This play right here is one of my favorite plays in football history. It looks like it started a little bit late, but to set the tone for you, there's a minute and 30 seconds left to go in a game. We're playing in the first round of the playoffs in 2012, and we run quarterback counter wide. Um, the original formation as it started here, we had a tight end and a wing. Tight end wing on balance is one of my favorite ways to run counter. And you can see that flash fake with the running back, that's already held those backers. Okay. We get great step. Shout out to my boy Has right here. I know he follows me on this, and he'll be checking me on my blocking rules. But Has right here getting the job done. We get it walled off, and we tell the quarterback, "Hey, this is counter, but we want you to go wide because you can see they're playing tight inside the box." Our guard knows his track is wide because we're getting wash from the tight end and the wing on the front side of the play. They're washing the play back down inside, and our guard is his eyes are snapped because we tell him as soon as you get in that pull track, your eyes are snapped on your target, and you run to him and deliver everything you have as violently as you can. Gets outside of it, that counter hits wide, and we end up winning this football game uh, 21-17 because of this play. Ball gets there, gets washed. Tackle keeps running, gets downfield. I tell those guys those are called touchdown blocks. That tackle just keep running. If you find daylight, just keep running because somebody's coming to you. The ball carrier is going to be with you too. We find daylight and we find the house. Now here we are with a cut of us running. This is counter GH. Okay, this is counter GH. So now we're running counter to the weak side, but instead of pulling a guard and tackle, counter GH means we're pulling the guard in the wing. So counter GH coming from right here. All right. And we're going to work that to the weak side of the formation. Again, everyone's rule now because we're running weak. This tackle has GDB. This guard has GDB. The center's going to fill for the backside because the guard's still pulling. And we do this. This is something we do when we're getting tight, like a tight, maybe a zero nose or a tight shade, and a 3 technique or a 4-eye on the backside to try and hit pocket that pull. And we'll have this backside tackle rip step with his inside foot and try and turn out this backside end. Okay, so we'll pull the G and the H on this, and then the tight end is just going to rip and run. He just has to keep this guy on his backside, and this guy becomes our wrapper now. So his aiming point is going to be wrapping to the play side linebacker. We've ran so much counter this year off this team. We ran so much counter to the H side, to the G8 or the YH side, to the tight end wing side that you can see they're not giving up counter to the YH side. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. All right, over our tight end wing set over here. So here we go. All right, you can see that thing get walled off. All right, again, that first step hits. And that tackle and tight end, the tight end maybe didn't rip and run like I'd like him to, but again, he doesn't have to be devastating there. He just has to make a play happen. So we wall it. Okay, we see that guard get his kick step. All right, here comes the strong side guard, and he gets his head in the hole like we ask him to. He's pulling right, so he traps right. There's that trap. His body's facing out, and that Y or that H, excuse me, is turned up field, and he's running up field, and this has become his aiming point. Again, our running back sets that block up by getting vertical now, and we tell him once he clears the line of scrimmage, he can jump cut and go hash number sideline. That play hits wide. We had a 2nd and 12. We turned it into a third down in like 7 or 6 because of that. Or There we go. Now we have counter GT. Again, this play just stays tight. And you'll see like we kind of get blown up on the front side. We don't get a great wash on the front side of this play, but we get enough turnout and we get bodies between bodies. And that O lineman, get your body between you and the guy with the football. It's like playing defense as a basketball player when you were a kid. Get your body between that one guy and the guy with the ball. So between the defender and the guy with the ball. So here we go. Okay. Again, we're running this weak. Okay. We're running it strong. We're running it to a closed side, to a tight end side. We got trips to this side, so we're running it strong technically, but we're running it to a tight end side with trips to this side of the field. Again, GDB, 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 fill for the backside. This guard is pull kick, this ML line scrimmage, and this tackle is going to be pulling and wrapping to the play side linebacker. Kick goes. We're head on the inside shoulder. That combo gets stood up a little bit, so we just get vertical on it. There's really not enough guys on the front side of the formation because of the alignment. There's not enough guys on the front side of the formation because they've got 3 out here. All right. If you go to this point, all right, that where our tackle and tight end are down. All right, we're wrapping to this guy. This backer's going to flow over the top. Our wrap guy is this guy. Here's our tackle's head coming downhill. Right now, he's got a great angle. And we tell that tackle when he comes downhill, like, hey, linebackers are taught to either scrape over the top or to fill tight. Most of the time right here, they're going to scrape over the top. So work that thing from low to high. Don't work it from high to low. Don't run up to the point that he's going right now. Understand what kind of scraper you have. Get your body set. Turn 90 degrees to the line of scrimmage, and you're going to have a chance to make a great block here. And we just get a good wall-off block right there. You see the running back has set the block up. He stayed tight. That little pause right here. He gets north and south in the hole, and it turns into a really good play for us. All right. Now we have counter strong out of 21 personnel. So now our back does have a counter step, but we're doing it out of 2 backs. Okay. So we got a 2-back set. We're actually in a twins base set here. All right. But we have 2 backs in the backfield with a quarterback. So we're over here. We're overloaded. All right. We got tight end and we got the second receiver or the receiver out on the line covering him up. All right, we're gonna actually be short on personnel in this one. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Obviously, this one we got away with not having enough guys on the field. So here we go. There's your counter, and I love when you can see that angle. You can see how tight we have to be. I tell our offensive linemen when they pull, I want you to tell me what the guys on the front side have for lunch that day. You should be that close to their butts as you pull. All right, we get a good down block on the front side. We wall it. Okay, you can see that pull gets tight. This tackle, he's inside. Guard's a little bit deep for what we like, but he gets on it. Okay, I like to see him get his head. Again, if we're pulling right, we should be right shoulder contact. We're pulling right, and we're getting left shoulder contact right here. But we have that guy outside enough that the tackle can get through and can squirt through. And now, because that play is tight, because the running back has pushed vertical right there instead of pushing wide, it's allowed that trap guard to keep the guy outside of him, and it turns into a really big play. All right, here's counter GT with a running back to the same side. This is a strong side run. So we had ran a ton of counter where we ran it to the weak side, but we were counter stepping the running back and then handing the ball to him after the counter step. This time he's going to push 2 steps to the front side or to the weak side of the formation. All right, and then bend back out the front door. So again, everyone's rule on the front side is GDB, GDB, GDB. Center's going to block back and fill. Okay, this guard he's pull kick the ML line of scrimmage. The tackle is pull and fold to the play side guy. So this M man is inside. They're playing an overhang outside of them. So this trap track is going to turn into this guy. Okay, and the fold track is going to turn into this guy. So let's see how it looks. Okay, we saw our tight end get a good down block here. They played fold. This guy folded. The defender folded because of those steps. You can see where their eyes are as they go. You can see these steps pull his eyes with them. Boom. And both those backers gave us the step that we need. Now that pull was nice and tight. Okay, you can see these guys. There's not a lot of space between the hip and the pullers. Those guys pull tight. We get around the outside edge, and really the pull the we turn that double log like we saw on the first play. Okay, turn to a double log like we saw on the first play. There it is. Both guys get north and south because there's no purpose in standing there and taking up space. So both guys just keep running and find work. Go make touchdown blocks, celebrate in the end zone, bump your head on the goalpost. All right. Now this is super tight, guys. One of my favorite cuts of counter because this really ends up hitting through the guard's front side hip, the play side guard's front side hip. So we're going to run orbit motion out of the slot receiver, out of the flanker out here. He's going to come out and orbit back around and give us an option look, which is going to hold the linebackers just for a second for us. Okay. Um, Again, everyone's rule on the front side. We're GDB, GDB, GDB. All right, and we're not going to chase guys. Okay, we're going to let overrun happen when overrun happens, and if the linebacker overruns and gets outside of it, then that's exactly what we're looking to get to. So start to play. There's that orbit motion coming in. Okay, it is a really good defensive football team that we played, but we managed to hit this counter on them kind of early, and it worked out for us. We're chasing our backside tight end doesn't have a great block on this, but the quarterback's eyes are there. That's holding that backside. Pull track is a little deep for what we like. Okay, we want this guy to be the one getting kicked, so I'd like to see the little bit less clearance out of that guard's hip. Okay, and you can probably tell with that first step, like when he takes that first step, he's gotten some. He's basically bucket stepped. He's opened his hips, and that's the biggest thing. It's about that first step, stepping in the direction you're trying to go. Instead of stepping straight back off the line of scrimmage, that guy's step should be more like 45 off the line to open his hips up and still find his track. But the tackle's still with him. The tight end's on the backside. Okay, that play hits very tight. That trap block sets up. He pulled left. He's trapping basically left. All right, but you see that running back saw that he's getting north and south in the hole right now, and we got linebacker overrun to the front side. This is what I'm talking about. This linebacker, if he wants to overrun the play, that's fine. Overrun the play. Okay, he's going to jump outside right now. I don't want that guy to chase though. I wish he would turn back in and seal this guy, but he doesn't, and it still is okay, guys. It's still okay because that orbit motion, that option fake out the backside is holding this guy's eyes. We turn, we get north and south, and again, another just a big play for us out of that. Uh, Now we're super tight out of 21 personnel down on the goal line. We're in twins, okay, and we're closed on the right side, so our tight end is over here. Closed means the tight end's on. Open means the tight end would be split out, okay. But we're closed here again. GDB, GDB, GDB. You want to fill, all right. So that we should see this guy's going to end up running to the backside backer. All right, we really don't have a front side backer holding the gap. We're going to combo. We should combo on this guy. This guy's a really good football player. So we're going to combo to that or try and combo that guy. If we don't have anybody inside of us, we leave that freedom to our tackle and tight end on the front side. Okay. We get down, he gets outside, we get a trap made. Trap's not perfect, but it's enough. And because we have a tight pathway of the running back, we get if you see this tackle, his head, you can see the decal on the side of his helmet. His head is inside looking for the backside linebacker. We're not going to chase these guys out here. We're going to get north and south as fast as we can and get upfield as fast as we can possibly get upfield. And just follow the tackle. It might be a yard or two short there, but it becomes a really good play. Again, we don't have to be dominating. We just have to wall it. If we watch his left foot, if we step in that direction, probably let's see a little more ground gained right there, but the tackle comes down and gives a little bit of help. And we've got that wall, that's good seal. All right. See that the backside tackle, his hands are on the guard's jersey, and he's feeling that guard's back. When that guard kicks, he's going to go ahead and get north and south underneath him as soon as that he feels that guy continue his path. He's looking for green grass and open space. There's that green grass and open space. We're tight. We're north and south. Not enough time for the defense to react to it, and that turns into a great football play for us. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown of counter. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If you have something that I'm not doing right coaching it, please talk to me about it. We're never done learning in this game.